Love has always been present since the beginning of time. It may be in different forms, ways, definitions, and styles, but they all point to one word: beautiful. Like any other country in the globe, they have their own traditions and customs in dating or courtship, but out of all countries, one stand out to have the richest, purest form of courting, and that is the Philippines. Filipinos are known to be caring people. They are very hospitable and they are mostly happy. They are also lovely made before friends, family, and lovers. But what makes Filipino love and courtship different from other countries? Let's go back to the early courtship. Courting is called panliligaw in the Philippines, where the suitor is called manliligaw, and the one being pursued is called nililigawan. Filipinos are more discreet and conservative in terms of love and expressing their feelings or attraction for one another. Filipino culture revolves around respect for the woman and its family, by strictly following the scent of rose in pursuing a lady. The manliligaw is expected to establish a friendship first, making a drastic move with reply that they are aggressive or arrogant. To be fair, the girls also need to follow a certain attitude when they are being chased, and it is termed as dalagang Filipina. We need to be mahinhin or shy and pakipot or hard to get. You cannot show any direct interest to the guy who is pursuing you, even if you really, really, really like him. It is known to be a virtue that highly sought after.
There are forms of courtship that the guy must do in order to get the heart of his nililigawan. The first one is pasagule or riddle courtship. In this form, the parents of both the suitor and the pursued lady are present in the event where love riddles are delivered for two major purposes: to showcase certain expressions of love and to assess the sentiments of parents of both parties. To lie or go between. A man, no matter how much he likes the lady, can't just approach her in the street and ask for her number or address. He would need to seek help of a common friend who will act as the bridge or the go-between, similar to a wingman, to ask permission from the lady's parents to visit her in the house. Sending love letters. During the post-Hispanic times in the country, sending love letters was technically one of the most coveted dating and courtship norms. This gesture was inspired by the country's national hero, Dr. Jose P. Rizal, who was fond of writing letters, poems, and novels. In this dating move, the gentleman asked for the close relative or a friend of his adored lady to hand in the letter for him. Harana or serenade. This seems to be the most popularly known courtship gesture in the Philippines, as it is very romantic and emotionally appealing. Harana is a traditional courtship practice wherein men introduce themselves to their admired lady by serenading underneath her window at night. Given the sweet combination of Spanish-influenced songs and the wonderful Tagalog poesy and lyricism, serenading the woman of your dreams on a breezy night is such a commendable and extremely sweet courtship act you could ever perform. Paninilbihan or servitude. As the courtship stage commenced during the primordial times in the Philippines, paninilbihan or the act of servitude at the lady's home was executed by gentlemen in order to depict their genuineness and loyalty towards the woman they love and adore. This act was accompanied by giving certain presents for the family and visiting the woman consistently. This dating gesture was purposely required in order for the woman's parents to assess whether the suitor's intention were meant for real or not. Thoughtful gifts. When a permission to visit was granted, a man is expected to bring thoughtful gifts like flowers, chocolates, and love letters. Visiting a lady's house will be more frequent and consistent to show his commitment.
We're no longer quite as traditional as we were during my late grandmother's era. These days, men and women go out for coffee or dinner to get to know one another. That's how courtship begins. They also watch movies together, the courtship in disguise. But if you mean courtship, in the province or rural areas, they might still be in traditional way. Man visits woman at her home, where her parents can size him up. He comes bearing with gifts for the family or flowers to brighten up the home. Roses and orchids are the preferred blooms. Courtship is different from each culture, and I love how we do it in our Filipino way. It would require hard work, commitment, and perseverance. The time, the energy, the effort, the thoughts, and the commitment will never be matched by any monetary values. It's like giving a part of yourself and your life to a person who hasn't given her sweet yes to you yet. Courtship in the Philippines is more indirect approach compared to Western culture. The traditional courtship in the Philippines is for the parents of the prospective groom to talk to the parents of the prospective bride, and both parties to agree on a matrimony of their children. Before this, the two have seen each other, has talked about love, etc. Not in a manner that we don't want how current relationships work. It's just fascinating to have and preserve this kind of culture, tradition. As a woman that I am, I will be more delighted to see young men continue to do this.